Alright, there we are, guys. How is everybody doing? We're opening on table 1. Let's see 25 NL streets on CoinPoker. See what we can bring. We had a decent start last session, so let's see if we can get something going today. Table 1, we have a playable hand. Let's do this. We open raise, get defended by the fish, perfect. We see a lead. Absolutely nothing. I think we're just going to fold. Great idea. Glad you like it. How was day 1? Day 1 was nice. We played 10 NL. I think we made 2 buy-ins or so. We won 23 bucks. But yeah, this was just kind of to warm up. But the main idea is to play 25 NL, right? That's what I think, starting with a bankroll of 500. And, you know, so we can kind of skip the micros and go right into, yeah, micro/low stakes. That's what I would recommend to somebody who, you know, played hobby a bit as a poker, got the fundamentals right, because there's not much point in really playing up from, you know, 2 NL. It's just gonna take forever. So I guess we'll play a table on 10 NL in the meantime, though, until we get some more action, because otherwise there's just nothing at the moment. There is just nothing at the moment. So let's do that. Get those tables in there. Table 3. So you don't need to open sit that many tables. Give me a second, guys. Table 3 here. Put this. We have this one. And then table 4. Which, yeah, as I said, is going to be 10 NL for the moment until we get some more action. Glad to hear, Tom, that you're doing good. Yeah, things are going well. Pretty like Sunday evening. Normally a grind day for me, but I thought it was quite fun the last time doing it in the channel. I was like, why not do another one, another stream today. And here we have the NL 25 table. Is it this one? Let me see, and then we should have 4 different tables in the overview if everything is going well. We have another 25 NL table going, that's good. This guy looks to be a reg. And hopefully you can switch those out, so table 2 should be this one. And then if we look at the overview now, no, table 4 is still the wrong one. Yeah, it should be this one. Alright, now we have 4 different tables if I'm not mistaken. Perfect. And let's see, this guy also seems to be a regular. This guy seems to be a regular. And this guy seems to be a recreational, given his short stack. So if 2 recreationals here, if a guy playing on his phone, it's very likely to be a recreational player. A guy short stack, so I'll also assume that this guy is a recreational player. We have a hand that we can 3-bet over on table 1, so let's have a look at that one. While I mark some more players in the meantime. This guy also short stack, so likely to be a recreational. Obviously we don't want to see a 4-bet, the idea is just a 4-draw call. Rocking coin now on a regular base. Mainly for the challenge. I thought it's a site that is accessible to everybody. So I think it makes sense to use CoinPoker, not play like an Italian PokerStars, for example. And yeah, I think for the challenge it's also a decent site to kind of show what we're doing. Sometimes I play on CoinPoker as well on a normal grind, but not too much, not too much. So here we start triple Broadway, obviously a really good board for my range, where we can start with a range bet. We get a raise, which is interesting. We have the redraw. What is he bluffing? Jack 10, Queen 10. What can he have? Queen Jack, pocket 10s, maybe Ace King. I don't really see him ever bluffing there. But we have a lot of outs. I think we still call one. The sizing is fairly small, but I'm not loving this. Maybe a Jack 10, a Queen 10 sometimes, a 10-9 sometimes. We have a lot of strong hands, so potentially we have some bluffing opportunities later, or he's just gonna give up. But we could consider folding the flop already, I think. Wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, just see another barrel on the turn. Just really surprised to see too many raises there on a flop like this one into a range that, you know, basically we just have all the good hands. But we get queens. Let's see if we can win some back. Open from the recreational, that's great. Gonna go for a decent sized 3-bet here. Obviously hoping for some action. This guy's on the phone, so likely also another recreational. And we get a decent flop. Can't complain. Kind of trying to get the money in. Let's start with a half pot bet. And we see a jam right away. So wish me luck, guys. Obviously they're not folding. He can have jacks, he can have ace 10 there. 6 is sure. Flush draw would make a lot of sense playing that way. 7-5, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. We need a hold, guys. That's not good. First one goes, oh no, never mind. I thought he has a straight. But he's missing the 9. And then we hold the second one as well, guys. Decent start. Decent start. Yeah, we stack him, guys. Lovely start on 25 NL. I'll take it. And we have some more action right over on table 3, which is 10 NL, until we find some more better tables. On 25 NL, I'm on the waiting list. We are 3-betting and we get a cold call. And another call. That's not great with ace 8. I think we can still go for a small c-bet, even multi-way. Size down even more, right? Like the pocket pairs that they have gonna be quite inelastic. It's just a good board for me. There are some decent turns where we can continue barreling. We don't get a fold though, that's not good. We get one fold at least. No help on the turn. I think we're just gonna check and then plan to potentially bluff the river if he checks to us. But yeah, just trying to realize some equity. We can still hit an ace and be good. But once we get a call, then the 9 also connects some doors. We're not necessarily loving it. And then if we see a bet here, we would just fold. If we see a check, it's tempting to bluff now. Make him fold some sort of under pairs. Maybe a queen that could get... Queen, it gets probably sticky in this node. Like an ace jack and ace 10, and if you can get to fold that, that's already a great win. Let's say pocket 10s, a pocket jack sometimes, and occasionally a queen jack, queen 10, and unfortunately we do get the call. Pocket 10s, that's a bit unfortunate. That's one of the hands I was hoping we could fold, but I think it was worth a try there after he checks to us twice. But luckily it was only on the 10 NL table, guys. Which we have the 2 at the bottom are 10 NL, the 2 at the bottom are 25 NL. And here we seem to have some more recreational. And then trying to figure out who is a regular, who is a recreational. Do we see any names on various tables? I think so far not. This guy also opens 3x, it could potentially be a recreational. But we don't know. Yeah, let me know, guys, how you are doing. We get the jacks again on table 1. Let me know if one of you is playing on CoinPoker as well, so I know if we're playing against each other. Pocket jacks against a half stack from like a short stack from under the gun, potential recreational. We're just going to 3-bet and then have to kind of call it off. See a flat call. We're gonna squeeze. Shouldn't be too many strong hands there, but we'll see. We get a quick call. And we get a fold. 27 in the middle, only 41 big blinds behind. If he has a queen, we probably just lose at this point. Just start off with a small c-bet. Don't really think we can get away from this, if I'm being honest. He raises. Yeah, it's not great. But I think the plan is to just get this in with such a SPR. And kind of run it. And here's pocket fours, guys. So let's hope for a big hold. That's a hold. You love to see it. You love to see it. I don't know what he was doing there, but yeah. Recreationals can do a lot of random stuff, so important to not fold there or get too worried when you see that type of raise there. Let's zoom out because we got two playable hands there. And let's go in with the ace-3. So I guess I also have two tables coming up that I need to sort of manage. Here in the meantime, with ace-3 we'll just check and open raise the other hands. And here this is going heads up, which is a bit too much action for me now. The ace-3, I was just gonna check them down. And win, that's great. And since we have some action on 25 and now I think you want to sit out the 10 and L tables. Give me a second, guys. And then I would also like to show you tables 5, which, yeah, one is this one, which opened heads up, and now we're just gonna check it back. And then we have table 6, which is not this one. So properties, let me see. This is this table right here. Perfect. And he will fold, he will fold, he will fold. And here unfortunately we also have to fold. Alright. Back to the overview. Back to all the different tables. Now we can go to table 6, outer table, where we open. We're just three-handed there, hoping some more people join because it's gonna be tough for me to keep up the action if we're just playing three-handed. We have a limp pot going on here with a gut shot to the nuts, so that's something. But yeah, as I said, I'm gonna sit out those 10 and L tables and just focus on the 25 and L tables. And so we'll just keep checking there. And then also as table number 3, yeah, we have this one, perfect. This is blind be blind, we're just gonna check this back. And now, yeah, kind of interesting when he bets there. I guess he's just pocket forced the nuts, yeah. Like, it seems worrying, like, yeah, we're losing against the 10, we're losing against the queen, you're not really winning against much, but at the same time we can't really fold. And here we actually make a pair with the 7s, which is worth something. But at the same time, don't think we can really raise, we just press call. And beat king 7, nice. And then on table 5 we see bet a multi-way here. And we get raised, which is not the greatest, but we'll just start off with a call and kind of see what develops. Clean turn at least. And some more action there. Overbet on the turn, this guy's going crazy. Ay, why does he overbet and not choose a smaller sizing? Pocket 7s, pocket 10s, we block queen 10. I think we call one more here, to be honest. Having the ace of diamond is not great. And the river being, sorry, am I showing the right table? Oh, 1 second, guys. I will get that table in focus now for you. And we see the jam on the river. So here, this is the table I was talking about, where we basically c-bet, face the raise, and overbet, and then the jam on the river. And I think we just have to fold, unfortunately. When we face the triple barrel, King Jack gets there. I think he's gonna give up his diamond draws. If he would not have overbet the river, maybe things are better there. 9-8, does he still bluff that? It's tempting to call because I have this guy labeled as a fish. And he might just spew it off there. Pocket 10s, pocket 7s makes sense. Queen 10 makes sense. Tough spot. Yeah, if he's riding. I think we let this one go. Not too sure. And we're gonna be all in on table 2, where we 3-bet, we face a 4-bet, and bit over 100 big blind steep. We're just gonna get it in with ace king suited. Wish me luck, guys. Don't think he's folding when he 4-bets so large. Pocket 6s, guys are going crazy there. And beautiful flop, but no help. That's very unfortunate. Would have been a nice one to win this one. Just 4-bet, gets it in with the pocket 6s there. Crazy stuff going on. Let's take a note of that. And open raise the pocket 3s. Crazy action right away. And table 3, we isolated pocket jacks and then went for a c-bet, turns another 5. Don't really think he's gonna have many 5x. They're probably gonna raise. He can have king x for sure. So the plan now is to just check back the turn and then call or value bet and river. We're not worried about the flush because we have a boat, obviously. And he checks again. I think at this point we just got a value bet, hoping he calls like a weaker pocket pair. Maybe a rivered flush. But we see a snap fold, unfortunately. Let's go to the table overview again. Make sure if this the right table selected everywhere. So here I need, this is a bit of a pain in the ass every time, but hopefully gives you guys a better viewing experience. 1, 2, 3 tables, those are the white runs. Perfect. And then table 5 is that one. Perfect. Alright. We have everything more or less set up. We're gonna leave the last 10 in the table in the next hand. And we have a playable hand on the top left. So we'll zoom in on that. And we take it down. Table 2, we have a playable hand as well, where we open raise. Get a decent flop, the typical range bet board. And we take it down. And then table 1 with the pocket aces, guys. Some potential there, but we also just take it down. Nothing to do there. That's awful. The guy with the 6s, yeah, that's very unfortunate, especially after this flop, right? 2 overs with the flush draw. Just hoping to stack this guy. Not running it twice. But yeah, nothing we can do. It's a flip not going our way. But we still have 1 stack on table 1 here, so we'll stick with the 25 and L for now. We're playing 6-handed king 10. Yeah, we'll just play it. I think 6-handed you can open it from under the gun in an anti format. but I'm not entirely sure. I just know you have to be a little bit wide of every position. So kind of act like this as if I were playing from MP. Okay, calm down a bit. We have all the tables that we need, 5 tables, maybe we get a 6th one, but for now that's fine. And we get pocket jacks, blindy blind. We'll open raise this, and zoom in on table 2. We get 3-bet, quite a large sizing, but you know, we also go 3.5. Going to 4-bet here, and then call it off. Sorry, I want to stay on table 2. Obviously calling it off, blindy blind. It should be somewhat polar, so we don't have to go too large. And we do take it down. It's fine. 25, maybe even 24 would have been large enough. And I remember this guy from last time from the 10 and L tables. So maybe he moved up in the meantime. Do we see this guy across 2 tables? So I presume he's also a reg. Same as this guy. And then on table 5 we see a 4x open, which isn't the greatest, but I think because it's late position we can still get involved here with the ace 10 off. Hopefully not face a 4-bet or a jam, that's even worse. So apparently his 4x alpha is stronger. Let's get back to the overview. Although we don't have any hands, we have a new table here. Let's get this one in there as well, which is table number 1. No, it's not this one. Why would it not allow me to select that one? Sorry guys, but something is not working. In the meantime we have ace king at least. And we see a flop, mono flop, connected. It's interesting board texture. When there's so many high cards out there, we don't do too much c-betting, because yeah, a lot of the of our flushes are blocked by the board, so I don't mind checking this one back. Don't mind betting with the king of hearts either though. So yeah, let's just go for a bet. Without the king of hearts I would mainly check. With the king of hearts we can kind of go either way. We make it straight now. Interesting one. I think now I like a check, and kind of polarized. 2 flushes are better when I'm betting. I block a lot of the calls with the ace, so I'd rather not have the ace when I bet there. And it's kind of tough to go for 3 streets unless we hit our flush on the river. We'll allow him to turn something into a bluff. He bets. I think we just have a very easy call. Don't really think against a large bet we can raise. He's basically saying he has a king or better, and he has a king, and we just chop it. Alright, and let's go to table 6, but select the right one, which is this one. It doesn't. No, it's this one. Perfect. There we go. And let's go for a small c-bet with the queen 10. And we've also ace king over on table 4, which we can have a look at now. We face a somewhat large 3-bet. Going to 4-bet. I think 25 should be good. We could also just 4-bet jam right away. Wouldn't be the worst, to be honest, against the larger sizing. But let's go with a 4-bet. obviously calling it off against the jam, but ideally we just take it down. He's in the tank. Not sure what that means, and we take it down. All right, let's zoom out because we have some more hands going on. C-bet here with the king 9 suited. Raise a check raise, it's not ideal. It's really not ideal. We'll 3-bet here. It is close. The king 9 I think I can call, but it's very close. It's very close. And decent flop on table 2. Very decent looking flop here. But very good board for him, so I'll start with a check. Low connected board, very good for the pre-flop call. And we make the straight, which is interesting now. But again, good board for him. I'm not gonna do a lot of betting, so I'm gonna go for another check there. And he checks back, unfortunately. On the queen, he can have ace queen. I think I'm going for the triple check here. Could also block bet, hoping he raises, but I'm not sure he raises a queen. So we'll just go for another check, and we see the check back. So assuming he just had a lot of ace highs, which we're not really getting much value from anyway. Meanwhile, we took down a little pot, but now we have a 3-bet pot brewing over there. Bit loose, but I think it's fine against the MP. We'll start with a small c-bet, I think, with our king jack. We get a call. Decent turn card, although what we don't want to happen is to bet here and then get jammed on, where we get a small lead. I think we're just gonna call. Don't want to raise and then get 3-bet jammed on. And I have a couple of hands, so I have to play a little bit here. And that's a very nice river, guys. We just made a run around a straight, which is amazing. And now we just need to decide how large we want to go. Unfortunately, we see a check. How much time do we have? Oh, we don't have much time at all. Jamming might be a little bit overkill. But then again, we play against presumably recreational, who just check calls and then donks, and we do get the call, guys, from pocket tens. He did not believe us there. We'll upgrade this guy to a station. Don't know what this was, but we absolutely take it. Yeah, very nice one. Kind of just shows if you have the nuts, and there's a chance the guy might just do random stuff. Just go for the max, and this guy's limping under the gun. So we'll also give him the recreational tag. Probably also isolate if it folds to us. Very nice one. Did not expect that. Definitely did not expect that. Leads are pocket 10 small. Checks, I mean, makes sense. Now the river just didn't believe it. It's hard to have bluffs there, especially when he has a 10. Like 10-9 would be one of my main bluffs there. But yeah, games on CoinPoker seem good. Can't complain. And guy is deep in the tank now. Alright, we also have a playable hand on. I'll just zoom out in the meantime until something happens. 9-7, top left, I think into the recreationals. We can open raise this. And we get punished, unfortunately. Don't think we can call. We have a hand also on table 6 where we... Oh, and now we get some more tables. We're just gonna cancel all of them. I think the tables we're having are fine for now. Yeah, it's interesting. Against half pot, not really sure what he's saying with a half pot bet. Thanks for the follow, even though I just missed it. Having the 8 is not great, but 7-5, 3 2s. There's a lot of potential bluffs. I think I'm going to call this actually. King 9, that's fine. If he just doesn't go larger with the king, that's fine, but there's a lot of potential bluffs in this line after we see bet small the flop. We 3-bet on table 3. Katerina Bella, your promotion baby, good luck. Thank you very much. Thanks for the follow, mate, I appreciate it. We take it down with ace king. We're gonna defend the queen 7 of diamonds. Gonna open raise the queen jack. Now all these tables from the waiting list are popping up, but we're having tables. We're just gonna stay with those ones that we have right now. Taking down a few raise ins. Yeah, thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for joining the chat. Feel free to also check out our Discord if you haven't already. And against a pot bet size, we're just folding. Table 3, guy is in the tank. It's the guy with the pocket 6s, I think. No, it's a new guy. So my bad. And table might be breaking. Although this guy could be a recreational, so we'll stay for now. And table 5 we defended, but we don't really have anything going on. And we just have to fold. And I think I'm gonna then potentially replace table number 3 if everybody's gonna leave. Thanks for the good lucks anyway. Let's see how this is going. This guy's also reg. But it seems like this guy's a recreational, so we'll stay on this table here. Yeah, let's go for a little bit of a loose open raise here on table 1. Then not 3-betting quite enough, it might be okay. It's obviously a bit on the looser side. We get a defend. No speak much English, you right. Alright, no worries. No worries, man. Just feel free and enjoy the stream. Interesting board. We definitely can't always bet. We could check back trips sometimes, but I think on 25 and I'm just going to go for a small c-bet here. And we do get a check raise. Well, this time we do have trips, so it's not the end of the world. Obviously there's some better trips, but loads and loads of bluffs I expect on a board like this one. And we turn a full house, guys. Now we only lose to pocket 8s and 8-7. He checks us. Very, very interesting on such a good turn card for him. I'm just gonna step small. Like 40%-ish. Obviously hoping for him to continue. And we have some action on other tables. He does call. It's not the worst. Just not the worst. And again, I think the play there, well, could be going either way. we really want to just jam, or do we want to go smaller? Let's go for normal sizing here. Give him some rope to maybe turn an 8-9 or something into a bluff. And hopefully get a call there. Really seems like an 8. Check, raise, check here. We don't have too many ace-x that stabs on the turn, so maybe he gets suspicious. And we do get a call, guys. We take it. Hi, Hart. How are you doing, mate? And also big one over there. We call it 3-bet, we bet the flop, we bet the turn, and we're gonna be all in on the river, guys. And we get a snap call. That's very unfortunate. Ace-9. Not much to do there. Pretty good run out and board fast to bluff. But unfortunately this time we did run into the nuts. But I think we had a very decent bluffing candidate there. Very good board for us as well. Obviously after you get called on the turn it's not great. And here we call the 3-bet to face small c-bet against small c-bet of 1/3. I think we have to call even without a club. So it would be better with a club, and obviously it would be better if the turn would be a blank. Check, check is good though. I think our hand a bit too strong to turn into bluff. We just check and hope we win against like an ace-5, ace-3. That he can definitely have here occasionally. If he reopens with a bet, I think we're mainly folding, although it's a bit curious what he has. 9-8 makes a lot of sense. Bit unfortunate, but that's fine. We have pocket 7s on table 1, which will open raise. Ace king flop, very good flop for us, but with our hand against the recreational, I think we just check back. We could go for a small c-bet, wouldn't be the end of the world. Actually, we are quite early position, so we probably just want to range bet this one. Such a good board for us. King on the turn though. Don't think we're gonna do much other than just checking back and then sometimes winning against like queen jack, queen 10. He leads out, which is good. So maybe this guy is not a recreational. And I think when people lead on this board, yes, we don't really block too much and we should maybe consider calling, but I think people are just gonna lead out too many king X there. Could call 1. Then we're in a bit of an ugly spot on every river. Alright, don't really have any hands going on at the moment. How are you doing, Hart? Did you play today? This table seems like it's full of wrecks, so might consider leaving that one from how it looks like. This guy also seems to be a regular, but here we have 2 potential guys that could still be recreationals. Here we have a recreational. Table 1 we have maybe a recreational, but maybe not anymore. This guy also we don't table 2, so we're probably also just leaving that one. And table 5, we open raise blind the blind. Really good board where you can just go for a range bet. And we take it down. And let's move this and make this table 2. Perfect. maybe find one more better table. Let me have a look. What about this one here? With ace king down on table 6. This guy also seems to be a regular. And we get 3-bet. We're gonna what positions are we? I think we're still gonna 4-bet this in those positions. And we have another all-in, quick all-in, not too happy about this, but obviously calling off after we 4-bet. And against ace-king. Alright, we take a heart. We take a heart, guys. Close one. Close one. And looks like we're splitting the second one. In the meantime, we make the nuts over on table, oh sorry, 5, I still have to select that one. 1 second, is this one? One second, guys. It's here. There you go. Where we just made the nuts, leading out on the turn. But unfortunately, just getting a fold. And yeah, this table is also looks like it's breaking. Just reg, so we're just gonna sit out. Oh, we have ace jack. Playable hand at least. We're gonna 3-bet either position there. When is Peter gonna have a stream like this? Should be somewhat soon. Not exactly sure when he will stream, but probably someday this week. And we 3-bet, we get a decent flop for our range. So we'll just go for a range c-bet there. Hoping to take it down, barreling on an ace, a queen, probably a 10 as well. We do get a call, 8, and we don't have a diamond in our hand, so that just means check with our hand. Hoping for a check, but definitely folding versus a stab. In the meantime, we have queens over on table 1 and 3. We take it down once, take it down twice, and back over to table 5 with the ace jack. Really poor run out. Don't really see what we're getting to fold on this run out. The king is now folding a 4. Makes a straight now, 9 makes a straight, 5-4 makes a straight, pocket 9s make a straight, pocket 7, 6-7 got there, pocket 10s, yeah. Even that hand, like we're not really wrapping anything on that run out. So not much that we can do there. This guy seems to be playing quite funny, min 3-betting. So that's good. Ace 4, we are going to 3-bet over on table 1. We're a bit deeper, so could be a fun pot there. Let's focus. And we just get a fold, alright. Table 4, 2.2x open raise with an ante. This is close, but let's flick in a call there. Maybe with the rake at 10 and I would probably, or we might just want to fold. And then definitely have to fold on this flop. And we open raising blind to blind here. And we get a call. I think I'm gonna start off with a check here. Goes check, which is interesting. Don't really pick up any equity. We still have ace high, which is kind of the hand that we want him to fold. Is Peter playing on Coin as well or PokerStars? I think he's playing on the Austrian skin on the iPoker, if I am not mistaken. But going to bluff now on this river. Hopefully our opponent didn't river an 8 or a jack. And we also 3-bet on table number 3. There we get the fold. Let's zoom in on table number 3, where we'll go for a c-bet on this really disconnected board. We take it down. On table 5, it's somewhat interesting. We open raised, we check back the flop, we call a half pot probe on a turn, and on this river, we're just going to check back when he checks. So it would have been interesting if he bets to potentially bluff raise our hand. We lose against the jack, that's fine. Table 1, more action, non-stop. Seems like very difficult tables. Yeah, some of these tables aren't the best at the moment. Oh, sorry guys. Always forget that I'm jumping around, so can't really do that. But we go for a 4-bet here. Obviously calling it off. Obviously calling it off. Should we see a jam? He's in the tank, which is somewhat interesting. And we also have pocket kings. So if we zoom out, we also have pocket kings, 3-betting on table number 2. And we get the jam, which we obviously snap call. Pocket 9s. That's a 9 on the flop, that's not great. We need a jack. That's no jack, so let's hopefully win the second one. But we lose both, guys. That's very unfortunate. But let's go to table number 2 and go for half pot c-bet there. We get a call and an ace on the turn, which is also not great. Which is also not great, guys. Let me think. Probably just going to check this back, to be honest. Probably just going to check this back on the ace. We could bet like somewhat mergy, but that wouldn't be the end of the world to bet like half pot here with kings. But I don't mind just checking either. The bet's large now. We're not in the greatest spot, but I'm blocking clubs. We probably call here. Can have ace queen, ace jack of clubs, ace 10, but 8-9 missed clubs still in his range, which should be enough. If he checks, I think we're just checking. Yes, we could potentially get value from a 10 betting small, but I don't really notice. I'm gonna just reopen with ace-6 or better. We win against jacks, bit unfortunately. Would have loved to get more value on a flop like this one. Table 4, we went for a loose 3-bet against a potential recreational, and this is interesting now. Do we want to play for stacks with our hand against a potential recreational? I'd say yes, so we'll keep double barreling. At least. And he quick call, we get an 8, we lose to ace 10, 10-9, but we king jack we lose to, we block that, king queen we block that, we get called by ace king, king 10. I think this is very thin, but yeah, I kind of like the idea of just going for it here. Bottom 2 player, I'm blocking ace king, I'm blocking king 10, king 9. I think we just go for it. We get a fold. Table 1, we fended blindly blind against a smaller open raise size, and we see with the flop, or we stabbed when he checks us. Gonna just stack back the turn now. and then bluff catch the river, unless he goes like really, really large. Interesting, he didn't lead out this time on the 7. Last time he led out when the board was pairing. This time he didn't. So I'm discarding some of the 7x that he could potentially have. Goes for large sizing. This can be a decent amount of better king x hands, but obviously having our king ourselves, we just call. Having the 5 is not ideal, but yeah, he bluffs ace queen. I mean, obviously, a hand he should never really bluff. So we take it. Good that we're still on this table. Ace jack, here we see a limp, so that seems like a good table as well. Sorry, on table 2. And we see another call. We're definitely going to ISO this. Something like this seems fine. Making it nice and large. Taking it down, also not the end of the world. Table 1 we went for 3-bet. Really good flop for us. Gonna start with a small c-bet. And we're taking it down as well. Winning some money back after losing, I think, 2 flips now. 2 times like ace king against an overpair, so that's a bit unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate. Losing 2 flips. But hey, it is what it is. Apart from the flips, I think we're doing more or less fine. And we get pocket aces, guys. But we also have a hand over on table 1, where we will go for a large c-bet on a board like this one. Quite dynamic. We want to push at the advantage with our overpair. We take it down. Table 2, hopefully, unfortunately, no action. Table 3, we're likely going to defend here. Against an open raise blindy blind. And we absolutely brick this flop. So we won't be doing anything here. This guy's interesting. He may or may not be a recreational, actually, if they're playing 4-handed here. Probably not. But I'm a bit sick of always adding new tables and kind of adding them to the waiting list and changing things. But hey, I guess we will also have to switch this table if we don't find a better one. In the meantime, let's open raise some more hands. At table 5, which shouldn't be this window, which should be window number 4. Perfect. And then table number 6, which should be this one here. All right. On table 4, limped pot, where we suddenly make the nuts. Going to check this again, letting him stab a 10 and 8, some random air that he has now, and then going for a large check raise, trying to play for it all. But he checks again, and on the ace, guess we could come out with a bet, hoping he raises an ace. Or gets induced by the min bet. I just get a call. Could have also checked the check raise again. Just hoping if he rivers a 2-pair or makes some sort of good hand, he might raise us. Over on table 3, we 3-bet blindy blind. Went for a small c-bet. Could have also checked, but I think small c-bet is fine. And now in turn, we're definitely going to check back. And on the river, hoping to not see a massive bet. He can definitely have 10, 9, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. Bluffs are going to be somewhat difficult here to find. And he goes for an overbet. Good sizing. I think we have to fold this here. I just don't see enough bluffs there. I just don't see 6-5 maybe. But that's about it. So yeah, I think we're just letting this one go. Table 1, we defended blindly blind, we stepped the flop, we checked back, and we face another overbet now from this guy. This time though we have not the nuts, but you know, we river the straight, so we're not going to fold this one. If he has 10-9, so be it. And he has a 5 as well. So goes thin for value, I like it. Good play. So this guy is probably not a fish, but a regular. Although he did bluff some weird stuff before. But we found 2 other good tables, so we'll probably switch those out now. Seeing that we're playing 3-handed here on those 2 tables. King Queen, we can go either way. I'll go for the 4-bet. Hoping to not get jammed on. And we get a call, which is interesting. Gonna start with a small c-bet here. Could also check back. But I think this way we're gonna realize more equity. We see a call, we see a flush coming in on the turn. Again, not the greatest one. He might just call 10s on the flop, jacks on the flop instead of raising them. Yeah, I think we're just checking this back, trying to realize the equity. The 9 again, now pocket 9s gets there, pocket 7s gets there, we see a quick jam. Very easy fold. Table 3, we are 3-betting against the cutoff. And taking it down. Table 1, we see an over limp, which we're going to isolate. We get a call, that's interesting. And another call after isolating. Very, very interesting. Going to check against 2. Could go for a small c-bet, but this seems like a bit of a spot where we just want to play face up. And by the way, this guy leads out 3x pot on the flop. Interesting stuff. But you see checking around, which is fine. We're just going to keep on checking. And then probably block bet the river. And very, very quick checks again. So I think we have the best hand here most of the time. And I'm just going to block bet the river. Trying to get value from a weaker king. And we see one quick fold. And probably just another quick fold. But this guy seems to be a recreational, so that's good. Let's see if all the tables are there. We've pocket with table number 5, which is not this one, which we'll have to change to this one now. Nope. To this one. It's so annoying that some of these have the same name. Won't let me change for some reason. That's annoying. But let's focus in on table number 4, where this guy ISO is large. This guy seems to be a large recreational, but against the 6x ISO, I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Table number 6, we potentially have a playable hand if it folds to us, which it does. But we get 3-bet right away. Potential playable hand on table, we have aces on table number 6. And we also have a playable hand on table number 5, so let's see what the action is going to be there. But we'll open raise the aces in the meantime. We will open raise the ace in the meantime, and unfortunately don't get any action. So we'll go back to the queen 10 suited, with which we will 3-bet and open raise from the hijack to 11 blinds. Good call actually with the recreational behind. Maybe something I should have considered, but I think 3-betting is fine too. And yeah, seems like the regulars are playing a lot more aggressive and decently here. But there's still quite a few recreationals. Right here on table number 4 we have this guy. Table number 3 we have 1, 2 potential recreationals. This guy seems to be a regular. Obviously my labeling could be wrong. This guy also seems to be a recreational, right? So there's a decent amount of those. And speaking of recreationals, on table 6 we're gonna defend. Don't really flop anything. It's a better board for us, but yeah, large bet from a recreational. Again, not much we can do here. Just a few folds for now. Lots of action on table 1. I don't know what happened here. Seems like a cold 4-bet pot, and this guy just calls a cold 4-bet or something. Sorry, table 3. Not too sure what happened there. But we'll have a look. Unless we get another hand, then half pot sit, jam, get it set in, guess jacks, 10-9 against jacks. That makes sense, and jacks holds, unfortunately. Hopefully this guy rebuys. Which he does, which is great. And this guy's also, well, I guess just posting. We don't know yet if he's a recreational or regular. And on table 6, he squeezed, went for a c-bet. So we can see something interesting there. Flush should be better for the MP. And we do see a check, but a very, very quick check behind. Seems like a pocket pair very often. And now the 4 flush should probably be better for the squeeze again. See a large bet. Kind of wrapping kings, jacks, with a spade. And a very, very quick fold. Table 5, we open up the pocket 9s. We get a flat call from the presumable recreational and a squeeze from the regular to 10 big blinds. Quite a large squeeze, but with the recreational potentially overcalling, I think we're gonna call the pocket 9s there. And would really love to flop the set. Would really, really love to flop a set there. We do get caught by both, but unfortunately we get a horrible, horrible flop there. But we have some more hands, so gonna just quickly try to play these other hands. Just checking. Just checking pocket 9s. But we have an interesting hand on table 6, maybe a bit more interesting. But we also make it straight on table 5. So guys, stay tuned. I guess that should be the best hand with the 9s. Very, very interesting. So definitely barreling a king queen. On a brick, go for 3 streets. Now probably just have to check back when the front door flush draw gets there. Didn't donk out, but I think it's still a bit too thin. Ace king probably we can jam. And we beat nines, and then table 5, he went check around. We get a straight on the turn. Not really sure what he's checking back there. Guess we just go for another non-all-in bet on the river, trying to get caught by queens, jacks, king jack. Really not sure. Does he check back a flush draw? I don't think so. It's just a board where he should just range bet, unless he has like, you know, king jack, ace 10, king 10 type of hand, which is what I'm trying to get value from right now. Wrapping like pocket sevens. And honestly, I think I'm going to call this off. I don't see him checking back strong hands in positions. Maybe a flush draw sometimes, but a lot of potential bluff candidates. So I think I'm just gonna call this off. King 9, ace king, really in position trap with a fish. Just so many king 10, king jack, maybe king queen. Oh, I'm really not loving it because of 25, and I'm not sure if they're bluffing here, but like, what is he saying? He checks back, multi-way with a fish. Ace queen with a ace queen of spades would make some sense. Like, flushes are the hands that make a little bit more sense. But still, I don't, ace queen could be. Yeah, I'm still gonna call this. That's too much random stuff. Ace queen, that makes sense. Unfortunate. But I think there's still a lot of king jack, king 10, even king queen that, you know that they're not gonna be really good here, and they're gonna bluff raise on this river. Maybe not on 25 NL, but it's like we lose to like one combo, maybe two combos if we take king queen of spades. Those are only hands that really check back on this flop, multi-way the fish. And not much else. And for those reasons I decided to call the pocket 10s here. I'm gonna flat call with the recreation and the big blind. But yeah, let me know guys what you think. Is the punt calling off with the 9s there? Remember, it was 3-away with the recreational. He checked back in position on the flop on a board that he should just range bet. Very interesting hand. Pocket 10, you see a large bet multi-way with the fish. We're just folding. Very interesting. I mean, yeah, ace queen makes sense, right? You just want the other people to kind of catch something. And unless you make it flush on the turn, you're not really going for 3 streets. Interesting to see him here using a large sizing multi-way on a paired board, ace high board. I guess it's just like ace king. Maybe like a 9x king 9 that he has here. But now when this guy min raises the turn, or at least raises the turn, this seems super strong. And I just fold, yeah. Interesting. Table 1, we defend against the button. A flop top pair, which is a decent start. See a small bet, that makes sense. We'll just go for the check call. 4 to flush, not a great turn. If he barrels here, 8-7, 8-9, it's not great. River, I think we're gonna check again. Block betting, I don't think we really get called by enough force. Can definitely check back some flushes, but you can have a lot of random hands here, so we're just gonna check and then hope he checks back. If he bets, we'll probably just have to flick it in, but we're not loving it. Yeah, right, like he can have like a random king 9 just making us fold a 6 or 5. Super wide formations, loads of bluff available, so we just kind of have to flick this in. And yeah, here's a random jack 7 of hearts, right? Obviously, it's never really great in this spot, especially when he sizes down. Seems like he's just trying to milk us. But I think can't really do much other than just flicking it in. Table 4, we'll go for the 4-bet here. Hoping this guy 3-bets enough blind. But yeah, small bet against cutoff should be fine normally. On 25, and I'll assume people do find enough 3-bets in those positions, but struggle against the 4-bet. And we get aces on table 5. Hopefully time for some revenge. Trying to win a stack now. We're winning some nice medium-sized pots, but the big pots are going to opponents, which isn't ideal. But hopefully we can turn this around with the aces. Nope. We 3-bet a 7, good flop for us. For our range, but not necessary for our hand. But we're still going for a range bet. Hoping to take it down right here, right now. Or otherwise, we might have ideas of potentially double barrel in his hands, making him fold 8s, 9s, 10s, maybe some queen X, get him to fold ace 10, ace jack. So I think we're gonna go for the double barrel here with the 7s. Just a good board for us. Can bluff on a 10 on the river, maybe an ace on a jack, another Broadway coming in. We do take it down, which is great. We're bluffing in a check down pot here on table 4. Oh, sorry, table 3. Where we defended the blind and it checked down. Should get a lot of folds there, which we do. So at least that's working fine. So yeah, we were winning the nice medium-sized pots, but still the big ones that we have to win. This guy also seems like a regular from his open race sizing, the way he's playing. So we still have potential recreational there, another recreational there, another recreational there, another potential recreational there, so that's fine. Been going over an hour already. Time flies by. Don't think we're up today. Just 3 or 4 big pots that we lost, 2 flips. Table 4 here, multi-way, just a min open. We're gonna complete from the small blind. I think it's a bit too weak to squeeze, but I think it's a great spot to overcall there. And of course we see a squeeze, which is not what we want to see. I don't think we can call out of position. But I think with the recreational we definitely want to overcall there. Would have been an okay flop. Just don't show me the 8 and it'll be fine. We have king jack, king queen against aces. Wow. Good that we just flat called there. But unfortunately that this guy might now get a chance of getting away. We're defending on table 5, maybe again a little bit loose, but potentially fine with the ante. And then we're also defending on table 6 against the same player. But we're again just breaking the flop. Against a small c-bet, we could do something here. Checks around. Interesting, and even more interesting here in table 4. Lots of dead money. We are 140 big blinds deep, so it's not great, but we're still jamming here. When the other guy calls, 4-betting, trying to isolate, we just kind of hope the small blind folds, which he does. We get it in against the other guy, where we should be doing fine. This guy is quite out there. We have him dead on a turn, at least win a decent sized spot there, which is very, very nice. And yeah, definitely upgrading this guy to a whale. Hopefully he doesn't leave yet. He rebirthed at least half a stack, so that's great. And we're gonna 3-bet our hand here. So yeah, crazy guy there. Queen 8. What was it? Limped, and then we 3-bet ice, and he just calls it off. I mean, he didn't have much behind, but anyway. King 9 suited. Would prefer to just see a fold against the guy that stacked us earlier, trapped us successfully. Against the 4-bet, we just have to fold, although it's a bit weird when he tanks so long before he 4-bets. But yeah, I guess we just fold. Although I'm always a bit suspicious when people tank before they 4-bet. Should we just min-bet 5, click it? I don't know. Here we just take it down. I'm probably going another, yeah, probably like aiming max 2 hours like we did last time. Table 3, we get 3-bet, nothing we can do, we just fold. We don't really have any hands right now. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to ask them in the chat. And this guy also seems to be like a whale. From this one hand I just saw. And we get the aces, guys, on table 2. So hopefully we can get something going there. 2 potential recreationals in the blinds, which is also great. We get a call. Would be an amazing time to see a squeeze there, although I doubt it from a recreational. Especially by the tanking time there. Alright. We lose to a 10. Probably still go for a small c-bet. Don't want to see a raise here. See one call. See a jack on a turn, which is not great. You can definitely still have all the pocket pairs. So we'll just check back and let him bluff those pocket pairs on the river. If he goes super large on the river, again, we wouldn't love it. Especially jack hex just makes a lot of sense to be in his range. But against a random half pot bet, right? He has all the pocket deuces through pocket 8s, so we're beating those, we're calling. And yep, he has pocket 3s. That worked out kind of well. In the meantime, we have 2 more hands on table 3, table 4. Ace 8, we're just trying to check down to win to showdown. Jack 10, depending on what sizing he picks, you could potentially go for a check raise. He should do a lot of checking back there on this flop, which he does. And then I'm gonna do a lot of leading on the turn. And ace 8, just checking this to showdown, expecting to be good, a decent amount. Let's see, river the 9. Just gonna do loads of betting here with any 6, any 5, any 9. I'm gonna have loads of bluffs there as well. We take it down. And here we, unfortunately, opponent rivers a9. Table 2, we're defending. Alright, this hand could get interesting. We definitely have more 5x than he does. He checks back, which is very interesting. Gonna go for large sizing on a board where I'm gonna have a lot of strong hands. Let's see what he does. We see a call and we get the ace of hearts on river. On this river, I'm just gonna give this up. I mean, he's gonna have a6 of spades. He's gonna have a 10 that may or may not fold. I'd rather bluff non-spade hands 4, 3, 6, 3, but without a spade. But when he calls my 2x bet rather quickly. Yeah, he checks back pocket kings with a hard, decent bluff catcher. don't really expect too many folds there. Decent check back by him, but yeah, I think decent bet by us, and then river maybe could go for a bluff, but I don't really think it's necessary. I don't think it's gonna work often enough, let's say, put it like that. More action on table 4. This guy is just fortunately not getting called though. But we have some action on table 6 with the ace king, potentially. 3-betting against an undergun open. Against the 4-bet, probably just calling, to be honest. Well, we do just see a call. Jack 10-4. Gonna start with a c-bet. Could also start with a check back. I think either one is fine. And we get a call. We also have some action on table 4 against the recreational, where we're just gonna triple it off. But let's go back to table 6. Oh, I think double barreling is quite nice. And this is not the ideal river on table 4. So we bet the flop and we bet the turn. But let's see on table 6, we get another call. We need a... Yeah, I mean, this is the worst one out to kind of bluff. We sometimes beat ace queen of diamonds. But yeah, we just have a check back, I think. Yeah, it's interesting though. And table 4, we definitely have a check back. And we lose to the rivered straight, very unfortunate. In table 6 we unblock diamonds, but he's just so many jack X hands that I don't think it's worth to bluff this one. He's pocket 7s. Wow. Against that hand obviously we need to bluff, but that hand should fold flop all day long. Bit of a rough stretch now. This guy calling us with a gut shot. Out of position and getting there. 10-8. Hopefully we're not getting stacked. Pick up a gut shot. And we see a check. Very interesting on a jack. Really good card for him. My hand, I'm just gonna check back. Flush on the river. Expect this flush draws to barrel. And against the half pot bet, I think I'm calling here. Just a lot of ace queen, king queen type of hands, maybe ace 8 in these positions, so we're running out of time. Yeah, pocket 8s. Random bets, not really sure what that was, but we take it. If it is bluffing or value betting. But yeah, interesting hand down here with the ace king. Did really not expect him to call twice with pocket 7s when we fire flop and turn. You should probably fold flop already. And then on table 4, we isolate with ace queen. Ace queen, ace king queen, flop. We see with flop and turn, and he calls us with 10-9. No, we draw twice and rivers the straight, so bit unfortunate. Those two hands, but at least we won a nice, decent sized one on table 5. Let's see what we can do with ace jack. This guy also potentially recreational from the way he played the pocket 8 cents in a 3-bet pot. So tables seem to be okay. And we open up ace 10, potentially a bit loose from under the gun. Could probably just fold this, if I'm being honest. Yeah. And then table 4, where again this is a bit loose, but I think I want to defend with this crazy guy involved there. Just hitting a pair against this guy and potentially winning his stack is worth a lot. But we don't. But another loose open we did, where we hopefully got rewarded. Flopping 2 pair. but this turn isn't the greatest. I think we're still betting though for like a half pot bet, trying to get value from hearts that we unblock, 10x that we unblock. But we just get a fold. And zoom out. I have a weird sizing to step here multi-way, but it seems to work. Interesting. Table 6. We will 3-bet if he opens, but we just see a fold. Yeah, if you guys are interested, we just announced the new group coaching, the 3-bet pot again. So let me know if one of you guys are interested. Just join the Discord for all the information. Check out the announcement channels and get all the information there. But yeah, we'll play another 10 to 15 minutes or so until at least this guy on table 4 here busts. And then we'll see. Table 6, kind of tempting against a recreational to just isolate him there a little bit wider and 3-bet him. So I think even with the ender tables, it's just okay. It's just standard. And if he's not 4-betting enough, I think those plays are quite important against recreationals, specifically when you're in position. Tables seem good now, so let's grind it out a bit. Although we don't really have any hands at the moment. We have a potential playable hand on table 5 where we'll defend against an open raise. Against 3x is actually close. Maybe we should just fold against 3x, to be honest, out of position, being deep against Anjagan. I think we'll do that. And we'll put our focus on table number 3 where we defended against an open raise. Checks to us. We're just going to check it back with our bottom pair. Redraw to the 4. Queen is not the greatest card. Facing a small bet, we definitely have a call here. And then on the river, we have a decision. We do river 2 pair. He can have some 4x. Not too many though. He's gonna have some flushes as well. Ace queen sometimes. Ace 5, ace 3 shouldn't really be in his range. And he's gonna have a lot of king 10, queen, queen 9, queen, king jack, 10 9, jack 10 with a spade. So a fairly easy call. Sometimes being value like queen 5, but this time running into a flush, which is a bit unfortunate, but well played by my opponent. Let's see if he can get something back with the pocket jacks. We are gonna 4-bet and get it in. Blind be blind for sure. Wish me luck, guys. Be nice to win this one. Ace queen. That's a decent hand to see. It's not the flop that I want to. So let's hope we can hold the second one. Looking good so far. And the jack on the river. Bittersweet. Bittersweet. This is not going our way, so I guess we're gonna go back to 10 and L for the next episode if we're losing flips. I think this is the 3rd flip that we lost today. This time even with decent equity. We 3-bet here. And we take it down, and we're also going to 3-bet on table number 1. Bit loose from early positions. But again, if he's not really 4-betting me, we should be fine. Devastating. Would have been okay to at least chop this one. But yeah, again, we win the medium-sized pots, but we're losing the big pots. So that's an unfortunate start. 3 flips that could have gone our way would have changed things significantly. Just gonna fold the 4-7 against the c-bet. Quite surprised if he checks back on this flop, which he does. And now we have a decent bluffing hand when he checks back here, which we will do. Yes, he might check back like more showdown value here, like a jack hex, but also like pocket 10s, pocket 9s, no heart that should just snap fold on a turn, and sometimes just air. Although this guy was sticky before. We could have also just checked and then tried to bluff on the river. It's really in the tank there. Thinking about raising maybe. But I think I'm just going to bet this again when we see such a long tank. Kind of wrap the 10-9 that now got there. Obviously all the flushes that we have in our range. Trying to apply max pressure even against like an ace-4, ace-3, ace-6, ace-7, ace-9, ace-10. Maybe we picked the wrong opponent. Let's kind of find out. Also his tank on the turn shouldn't really mean strength, but who knows. Guess we'll find out in a second. Oh yeah, pocket 8, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, again, very unfortunate. Like his check back on this flop, we kind of analyzed correctly that this is just a weaker hand, one that we can pressure a lot. But he turned the set, which is obviously never going to fold, which again is quite unfortunate. But let's see here, we defend the big blind flop a flush draw. See a small c-bet, we can go for a call or raise. Both options seem fine. Let's go for a call. Turn a deuce, so we can continue against another barrel, which is at least something. And we see a quick check back. So hopefully, well, potentially we have the chance to win if it goes check check. And we do. That's great. That is great. That is great. Table number 2. We open raise. We got 2 callers. We're just gonna check fold here. Checks around. It's interesting. We don't really have anything going for our hand. We're still gonna check. Table number 1, we went for somewhat loose ISO against the recreational. And we get 2 callers. And we don't really improve on this flop. So we're just gonna check it back multi-way. Without anything. With the backdoor flush draw, we could consider betting. But against 2 players, we have to be a little bit more careful. If they both check to us again, I think I don't hate going for small delay bets, saying we have like a 7, pocket 8s, pocket 9s, trying to make them fold their overcards, king, queens, queen, jack type of hands. When they both check twice out of position on a board like this one, they should be somewhat weak. Doesn't mean they can't have a 5 or a 7, which is obviously going to call. But there's like a lot of nice rivers where you can put pressure on those hands, and also a lot of other parts of their range. They might just fold and we take it down, which is great. Table 4, we're going to open raise, or we open raised the ace 8, taking it down. Table 3, blind to blind, we're going to open raise as well. And yeah, I think you're gonna play the last orbit on all of the tables, and then sit out and kind of see how big the damage was today. Definitely not the greatest session, as I said. Losing those 3 flips. Losing those 3 flips didn't really help, but that's part of poker. So we'll just go back and try and win it back at 10-0 next time. Ace 8 we would be 3-betting if the cutoff opens. Who's in the tank? Alright, with another hand over. Wow, now he open raises after tanking all that time. He actually did decide to open raise, and calls a 3-bet. Interesting. Flop top pair. Really good board for us. We can just start with a range bet and then kind of go from there. We get a fold. Not too unsurprising, but at least we win a decent sized pot there. And then on table 2, which isn't this one, which is this table over here, we open raise, we get flattered by the cutoff, we get flattered by the small blind, and we see the probably the worst board there is, when you see a flat from the cutoff and a flat from the small blind. Very interesting to see a check behind. So what is he having? Like pocket 4s, pocket 3s, random overcards. Still don't. Small blind should check a lot on this king, kind of trying to check raise. With ace 5, ace 9, I think we can do something. I think ace 4, we're just going to check. And now we see the large delay bet. I mean, we're just out. Curious to see if small blind laid a trap there, or if he just check folds there. What's he thinking about here? Like 10s, maybe 5s, 4s. Alright, last couple of tables before we finish this up. And then kind of see where we're at. I would guess like down 3 buy-ins. But let's have a look. We are probably even more. We have 2 tables here, that's gonna be 50. Yeah, looks like we're down 4 buy-ins or something. No, wait. No, 3 buy-ins. Yeah. 3 buy-ins to 3 flips that we lost. We won, I think, 1 or 2 stacks, and then we bluffed off 1 stack once. Medium pots were mostly going to us, and then just the 3 flips that we lost. So yeah, if I do the math here, plus another 25, yeah, we're pretty much down a little bit less, a little bit under 3 buy-ins, guys. But yeah, I think you saw the flips. Not much we could have done differently there. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. I'm gonna post the update in the Discord, and then see you next time. Bye bye, guys.